We begin in the Court of Appeal, where the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, has appealed against a ruling that was issued last week ordering his prosecution over his involvement in a 1.2 billion shillings CBK security system procurement tender. Professor Ndung'u argues that the decision rendered by Justice George Odunga was wrong, as his prosecution is based on charges that lack legal and factual basis. The CBK boss further contends that he is being accused of non-existent crime and that the judge erred in criminalizing a lawful procurement policy. Still in the corridors of justice, a commuter has moved to the High Court to block the introduction of a cashless fare payment system for public service vehicles that was recently launched by President Uhuru Kenyatta. James Maina Mugo, through his advocate Harrison Kinyanjui, contends that the proposed system is unlawful as it amounts to a unilateral change of Kenya's monetary policy, as it outs the use of Kenya's constitutionally known legal tender without the backing of a law enacted by Parliament. A move, he says, is a violation of the constitutional mandate bestowed on the Central Bank of Kenya. And finally, on the technology front, individuals that would like to venture into the development of mobile phone technology innovations but lack the capital to do so can now breathe a sigh of relief. This is following the launch by Safaricom of a 90 million shillings fund that will provide startup capital for budding mobile app developers.
There's a pent-up demand for apps that provide solutions for our people in their daily lives. And so it is against this background that a few years ago, Safaricom took the step to start working with developers and with startups.
We'll give you equity funding, or we'll look at debt instruments, which we can either convert into equity at some later point, or that money is refunded. So it's not a grant.
Safaricom will also help the startup companies to market their products and source for contracts for their innovations.